What's up, guys? So, I am just clearing the space really quick for this reading today. I'm pretty excited for this one today, guys. I have three different piles we're doing, so I will let you guys look at those photos and choose which pile speaks to you. I have some channeled messages that I automatic did some automatic writing on, and it's pretty interesting, so I can't wait to get into that with each of the piles. So with that, I will let you look at each pile photo and choose which one speaks to you, and I will catch you at your reading. Hi, pile one. So as soon as I hit record, I looked out my window and I see this huge vulture living its best life, and now it's coming back towards my yard and just doing circles and loops. There's nothing dead in my yard, but I do live on an island, so I'm sure it's picking up something. But I thought it was worth mentioning because you never know what a vulture could mean to somebody watching. So I wanted to just dive right into the automatic messages that I wrote down for you guys. And the first thing that I got was breathe, eat, sleep for your peace. Peace of mind, peace in your 24/7 everyday life and your environment. Eat, sleep, and breathe that. So, if you're trying to cultivate peace in your life and solitude and bliss out of peace and self autonomy, they're saying that it's really important to eat, sleep, and breathe that. So, don't think about how peaceful you wish your life was and then turn around and do everything that would go completely against having that peaceful life and a peaceful environment. They're saying that they really want to see you embody that which you're trying to make happen. Like they say, dress for the job you want. If you want a certain dynamic within your home, within your structure, within your life, within your relationships, within your job. They're saying to cultivate that through how you're showing up and where you're showing up and what you're doing when you show up. That your actions, your words, how you're talking, how you're dressing, all of it, and truly embody that which you wish you were. um they're saying slow down, and that's my number one tip for getting in your divine feminine energy, is to just slow down. Um and don't move so quick. you know flow doesn't have to mean a gushing, rushing river. It could also mean a trickle. A trickle is slow. A waterfall doesn't have to be a gushing waterfall. It can be a slow stream that falls down. And it's something that you would notice and observe, not with a huge presence, but it's definitely there. That kind of flow. It's so hard to put into words. They're saying also to delegate to start reclaiming your peace. So that could look like a bunch of different things. If you're at work and getting stressed out, it's time to get a little bit more organized and delegate what you do and when you do it and how you do it for the best outcome of what you're trying to achieve. So if you're trying to achieve maintaining more energy, it's time to look at how to delegate your life differently to maintain that energy. See what I'm saying? So, if you want to, let's say, make room to cultivate a new hobby, creative project, things like this. It's important that you help spirit out to do that by delegating your energy or delegating time, chores, things like this. Okay, if you have a partner, maybe find out what they don't mind doing so much or what they're good at doing, and stop doing everything yourself, is what I'm hearing. Okay, you can't do everything yourself if you're delegating. All right, it's time to grow a little bit more comfortable in, I'm hearing your boss bee energy, in your delegation, in how you ask people to show up for you. It's not a suggestion, it's a request, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so you don't suggest to people, well, I could do this if I had this. No, you're going to start saying, so I can do this, I'm asking for you to show up here. I'm asking for this. I'm asking for help here. I'm asking for time off. I'm asking for XYZ in order to delegate my time, efficiency, and energy to obtain this. Even if these people don't know about this. Sorry, I'm a hand talker today. But that's very important. Delegation. And that's one thing my guides recently told me. It doesn't matter what anybody says to me. Delegation can be considered a feminine energy because it assists with the flow. And I wrote something else down in my notes when they gave me that, because that was just for me. Okay, so yeah, feminine, delegation, masculine, regulation. So regulating the delegation. That would be the action side. The delegation is more like, I need you to do this, this, and this for this. And the masculine regulating is the boundary itself. Like, hey, I'm going to regulate this in this way and just quit if my boundaries can't be respected. That kind of thing. That's pretty extreme, and I'm not telling anybody to quit their job right off the bat because we're in a weird time in America. So yeah, definitely slow down. The next part of it was, no great feat was fought from haste. It takes faith, time, planning, and delegation. All right, so again, back to the delegation. What else did I get here? Okay, I also got to be fearless, you must first be fearful. Okay, so I don't think you would be here if you didn't feel a slight amount of fear for standing up for what you want, aka this delegation that needs to take place. And it's really important to ask yourself, why do I feel this way about asking for time off? Why do I feel this way about asking for my needs to be met, for somebody else to do my grocery shopping while I do this craft over here? Why do I feel fearful? Why do I have a belief in it being this way, that I have to work this way to get this done? Why? They really want you to sit with that, because to get over here on the other side of it, you're going to have to evaluate that fear and understand it. I think that loops into the next thing I wrote. Yeah, grow and understand your fears and actively work to heal them, exercise them, and expand your flexibility within those fears. So every day, do a little bit to try to delegate more for yourself And within that, it's going to take baby step by baby step. You take a step. Why do I feel fearful? Why do I feel fearful about taking time off? Why don't I want to buy those supplies I want? Why don't, every day do a little piece like that within yourself, and you're going to have a lot of answers. Journaling that is like pro level, all right? um so actively work to heal them by doing that. um and then you're going to be freaking fearless, and you're going to delegate with no problem, step into that boss energy, and obtain what it is you're wishing about and dreaming about. It doesn't have to be a wish, it doesn't have to be a dream. It can be something that is your actual life, but you have to let it first, pile one. You have to let it first. And by letting this cultivate and create within your headspace and then in your real life, it doesn't poof like magic, all right? We know magic on this channel. If you're here, you must be slightly witchy. However, that's not how this is gonna work. This is gonna work by you doing the magic on yourself, all right? And then when you do this magic on yourself every day inside your head, you will be protected and overseen and guided, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and I also got that knowing yourself, understanding yourself, understanding yourself is step one. That's step one all the way to step 50. That's good. That's tool number one. That's the basic tool you're going to need moving forward. So capitalize on this step one. Make the most out of this step one, because the stronger your foundation is within yourself, the stronger you're going to be over here when you have to delegate, this business, this family, this new home, all these new bills. You're going to need that. And now is the time to cultivate it. And you can do it, pile one. You wouldn't be getting this message right now, period, from me. You wouldn't have been led here. You wouldn't have wanted to click here if this wasn't meant for you, pile one. Okay? So, pile one, what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and pull a card for your current obstacle. All right? Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, higher selves of our beautiful collective in pile one, can you please give us a card for what the current obstacle is? All right, Nine of Cups in reverse. They told me to leave it like that. Yeah, usually this is about, in the upright, material abundance. All right, but does she look happy? No, honestly. It's kind of giving RBF, if you know what that is. So it could feel a little bit right now, pile one, like you are in the exact opposite of a wish come true. And that you're wanting something different. It could even be that you have bad health right now, or like physical health. You could be working on healing something within your physical health right now. And if that is the case, seriously, go ahead and listen to the first 12 minutes over again, because 14:11 on my timer, because you can't heal a wound, an infection, a problem by continually adding what is accelerating that problem to the gas tank, to the stomach, to the digestion. I'm hearing that is so oddly specific, but you cannot keep treating your body how you've been treating your body and expect it to give you something different. Spirit guides are activating my masculine side right now. You cannot add 1 plus 1 over and over again and expect anything other than 2, unless you alchemize that. We're talking about basic here, okay? Don't need to be a smarty, but you can't keep doing what you've always done and expect to not get what you've always had. If you want something different, you need to do something different, okay? I don't know who that's for, but somebody needed that little stern spanking. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, can you help us with a card on how to overcome this 9 of Cups in reverse? How do we overcome this? They're showing me the 8 of Wands in my mind's eye, so fast change, like tomorrow, stop doing it. You've got to get mad enough at what the circumstances are now, what the possible outcome is now. That's gotta motivate you enough to move your A, is what I'm hearing. Because if it won't, they're saying a tower might, but we really don't want to do that. What can we do to overcome this? Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, higher self. Okay. Hanged man, or the hanged one in reverse. Usually the hanged man upright is about staying still. And then we've got 7 of Pentacles on the bottom, which they're telling me to put in. I didn't really feel like it should be put in because normally this has a meaning opposite to what I'm reading off of it, but that's fine. I'm gonna intuitively read this and just monkey bar back and forth as I see fit. So the hanged one, the advice is to get your butt moving and to stop acting like you don't know what to do here, because they're saying you do. Okay? No more pea-footing around is what I'm hearing. This is a complete opposite of staying still. This is a complete opposite of staying in the situation you have. Okay? So if you want to lose 5-10 pounds, 1 walk every day. It doesn't matter how far. Okay? Just go out for a walk until you see, I'm seeing someone like say, oh, there's 1 flower, there's 2 flowers, there's 3 flowers, and they're walking until they've seen 10 flowers. And then they turn around and walk home. Doing that a little bit every day will do more for you than you can imagine. They're asking me to share my story. So I actually used to be about 230 pounds. And I took 1 walk every day, and I lost like at least 190-ish pounds doing that. It wasn't even about my diet. I was eating bacon, for God's sakes. You know, it wasn't about that. It was about me getting my body in motion. Ooh. Yeah, and if you're attracted to any of the other piles, because I do have a message channeled for one of the other piles. I don't know which one it is right now. And I don't want to lose my train of thought by going through my notebook, because I just get messages that way. And yeah, you might have a message in another pile if that speaks to you, okay? But this is also speaking to me letting these seeds grow. One walk a day isn't going to show up overnight, all right? But it will slowly show up over time. Do you think, because if you know anything about monsteras, you get these little leaves and then you get the big ones, okay? That takes time. That's a big monstera plant. It's as tall as her, and she's kind of like, "Come on." Well, it's Mother Nature. You're a part of Mother Nature. Give yourself a break, okay? But not one where you stay still. One where you maybe take a stroll, okay? And it's funny because I just realized looking at the next question I wrote down to pull cards on, what is coming in the future? And that's what they told me to pull for it. So, because the traditional meaning of this card it usually means a delayed success, but I don't see that. I see it more as like patience while waiting for your success. And I'm hearing, please, for the love of God, don't stop moving just because you don't see the plant growing. Do not stop moving because you don't see growth overnight. Know that with every cent, drop of sweat, step you take in this direction, it is not in vain. And it's being seen for every single moment you put into this new future. You just have to be willing. You have to use that solar chakra willpower. Okay? Find that fire within you. Fight for yourself, pile one. See that side of you that's worth the growth and say, hey, I'm not giving up on you. We're going to take this walk. We're going to get this thing we need. We're not a child anymore. We know our needs and we step into them. That's what your spirit guides are asking you to do, okay? I know it's not easy. If it was easy, anybody would do it. But you're just not anybody, pile one. You're the person that can do it. You just need to believe it. I am going to pull one more for how to prepare for this future. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, higher selves, can you please let us know how we can prepare for this future? How can we prepare for everything we want to step into? How can we prepare for this? I just heard be kind to yourself, maybe kinder to yourself. How many swords does this chick got? Is this the 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. And this is, everything is fine. Clearly, everything is not fine, pile one. So I just asked them, what does this mean for you in the reverse? And they're saying it's time to rise. I'm hearing that song by Andrew Day, and I'll rise up. I'll rise up. You should look up that song. If it makes you cry, cry. But it's time for you to rise up. Rise up out of this. Rise up out of the situation you've been in. Realize that all of this over here for you is different than what you've had before, and mentally prepare for that. Do not bring the same battle gear into this next fight. It's not the same fight. It's not the same people. It's not the same circumstance. It's not the same. Wipe your board clean and prepare for this start over. Start delegating, start organizing, because it is time for you to rise up out of this. You are stronger than 20 swords. I'm seeing somebody that has been through just about as much as I've been through, and I'm writing a freaking book on it. So you can do this, Pile One. You just need to believe that you can. I know I've said that, but your guides are telling me if anybody has the aptitude and ability to do this, it's you. It's always been you. And it's going to look slow for a while, but you're going to pick yourself up and you're going to show everybody exactly what they lost. You're going to show everybody exactly who you are, your integrity, your heart, your willpower. You're going to show them not to fuck with you. All right? You're going to show them who belongs at your table by how you act, by how you delegate, and by how those around you work and regulate the delegation. All right? And they're not doing it because you owe them anything or they owe you anything. It's a symbiotic relationship. Okay? And you're worth it, is the last piece I'm hearing. You're so worth it. I'm hearing you don't even know how worth it you are because you won't let yourself see it, but you're going to see it. Your guides are telling me they're going to put this mirror up in your face. Like, look at yourself. Look at how much you've done. You're amazing, Pile One. And you're going to see it. You just can't see it right now. But you're going to rise up and you're going to show people that you are not the one. Okay? You're not. You're not the one. All right? I know you've been tired from all of this crap, but it is time to rise. It's time to delegate. It's time to speak up. All right? Let's get a final card for spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels. Do you have any further suggestions on how to heal this? How do we heal this? Some of you may be writing music. They're saying, please do that. And please don't believe what the naysayers say. Because nobody knows who writes some really famous people's music sometimes. And it's some small nobody that wouldn't be assumed. But you're not a nobody. You're the person who's going to make the dang thing happen. All right? My Texas slang coming out there. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, how can we heal this? Yeah, I think you're either coming into soul family, soul tribe, your soul mate, okay? Pay attention to signs. Okay. And the last one I've got here is victim consciousness. So let's talk a little bit about that, because like your guides were telling me, you've been through, sorry guys, if you heard all the ruckus, my husband came home with groceries. So, speaking of delegation, um, so about the victim consciousness, I had a moment to sit aside and just channel what they wanted me to say about this. So I wrote it. Um, I wrote it so that way my thoughts about victim consciousness were a little bit clearer, because it can be a subject I personally struggle with, because I've been there, because I've done it. So, what I've got on that is, sometimes when we've normalized our trauma, we relive and replay the same narrative to ourselves, because it is or may be an unheard truth. So sometimes we're fighting for justice because we feel that what we've been through wasn't heard by anybody, or addressed properly, or felt enough by the people around us, which is understandable. I've been there, I've done it. When somebody does something wrong, we want them to take accountability for it. And sometimes in trauma, that never happens. Um, the truth that the oppressors, the abusers cannot stand to see, because it reveals them in a different light, a view they don't want to see or acknowledge. Let your trauma be heard, felt, and understood by the people that get it. Let me say that again. Let your trauma be heard, felt, and understood by the people that get it, not the people that just have something and anything to say about it. Write it, sing it, create something with it, but don't let it stay in your mind as a never ending story. Let the expression of what's happened flow from you in a creative way. If it's a short process, fine. If it's a long process, fine. But get it out of your body, get it out of your mind, your system, and your soul. So you don't have to keep fighting for justice. So you don't have to keep fighting to be heard. So you don't have to prove your trauma. It just is what it is. You know, this is how you get your justice, by getting it out of you. It's stuck in you right now. Okay, pile one. They want you to move a leg, shake a leg, watch your growth. Like, you may not see every little step to you feeling better, getting better, but it will get better once you let all this go. Okay? I think that's when you let new soulmates come in. This may be the ghost of your past. Okay? A karmic boundary setting lesson that you had to go through to know exactly how strong you are. Okay, pile one? I'm going to get us a final angel number, because this has been a lot of channeling, writing messages. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, higher selves. Can you give us a card for what pile one needs to know? Angel numbers or anything they need to know? I'm hearing you are the light. Wow. 000. I am a creator. This is divine feminine energy, okay? You can create something beautiful out of the unfair, ungodly, unjust BS you have seen, witnessed, been through, and tolerated. Forgive yourself for it. And in that, in your rise, in how you release this and get it out of your body, you will be able to find forgiveness. Okay? That's not something that's just found underneath your pillow like a tooth fairy. It doesn't happen like that, but it does happen through you doing it, through you rising and watching your own growth. You are one with the Creator, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on Earth. You can do this, pile one. Even the universe knows it. You can create a new you, a new life. You just have to believe it and start taking the steps. Make a plan, delegate, and write the steps and do it. Don't tell yourself you can't because of XYZ. Just try, and your guides will be there to help you achieve it. Okay? But I hope this helped you guys out. And if it did, if you did find that this helped you out, motivated you even, give me a like, share, comment, or subscribe. I'd love to have you in my little tribe here on my little tiny channel as it is now. And you can watch me grow. Okay? We can grow together. I appreciate you guys. And if you're interested in a personal as well, you can always reach out to me on Facebook or my email. I only have one account. It's very plain. It's The Witchy Homestead. And my Facebook page and group is under The Witchy Homestead. You can follow us, share your experience, give me a review. I don't know. Just come to hang out and share a meme. That's cool too. But either way, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy if this helped you. And I believe in you, even if you don't. Okay? Pile two. Wow. So let me be the first and only to say that I had a song come in extra strong for you guys that maybe you want to give a listen to. It's Might Not Like Me by Bryn Elliott. And I'm going to sing a couple lyrics for you because just so you know that I'm referring to the right song for you to find. 1 second here. Sorry if you hear my cat going crazy back there. So, I'm so sorry. I'm usually the first one to admit I did wrong. Get over yourself. It's no big deal if I run a little faster than you on the playground. Get over yourself. What's your problem? What's your problem? Well, if you don't like girls that are stronger than you, and if you don't like girls that are faster than you, and if you don't like girls that are smarter than you, well, then you might not like me, might not like me. So, I feel like you may be having a little bit of a battle somewhere, okay? Because that song came through hella strong, and it's one of my girl power songs I put on when I'm ready to kick ass. And not to mention that only, but I also had channeled, written down stuff for you as well, pile two. And the first thing I wrote is that you are a bad bee and it's time to activate it. I also got the message that your guides would like you to look into walking exercises, and not just like getting exercise by walking, but using your body as you walk to walk differently. Okay, you can tell a lot about a person by the way they walk, and they want you to explore different walking styles by moving your hips differently. And this is so specific, so it may not be for everybody, but confidence can be activated through the way you walk as well. And they're saying it's time to activate it, especially with this song. Got me like, yeah, where's my heels at? But anyways, I've also got sometimes you being you triggers those who wish they were you. Okay? People are always triggered by mirrors that they see themselves in you, but they can't be you. Pile two. They wish they could, and they don't know how to be that, so they'd rather be angry. Okay? It comes from fear at looking at themselves. You can't let other people's views on you stop your progress, your happiness within your little sparkly bubble. That's where your peace is cultivated. Using your divine feminine power, keep cultivating, and don't ever let someone else's trauma, projections, or personal vendetta intrude on your sparkle cloud. I love that. Instead, say, "Aw, I'm sorry you're not here yet," as in home with yourself, but I am completely at home with myself. You know, a disco ball doesn't apologize for its own shine. It just says, "Aw, I'm sorry you're not ready to dance right now." Okay? And pile two, my channeling for you guys was a little short, but I got more music for you guys than I got for the other channels. And one of the songs that I got was Light by Joy and Soul. Okay, so look her up on Spotify, YouTube, things like that, because she's a banger. And I highly, highly, highly recommend her. Pile two. So now what I'm going to do is pull a few cards to see what your obstacle in all of this is and how we can get over it and get through it and win. Okay, we're going to win. All right. So, spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, higher selves, can you give us a card for the current obstacle we're facing? Three of Cups. Okay. So usually this is your circle of support. It could be friendships that you're involved with at this time. I'm hearing that aren't of your best interest. Um, that's the challenge. I'm getting picked on vibes. Like you may be getting picked on by people that can't be you, never could be you, and never will be you. Okay, pile two. Spirit guides, how do we overcome this? Ancestors, angels, archangels, higher selves, how do we overcome this? Ace of Wands, I'm going to sit on this and decide if they mean it in the reverse. They're saying here. Okay, so it's like old projects. I mean, pile one, pile two, you may have an old project that you left in order to be with this Three of Cups, like this group, this friendship, whatever. You may have something that you kind of put on the back burner to do this. Um, and they're saying it's time to go back and be selfish with your time, with your energy, with your life force, with your ideas. I'm hearing your creative fuel. I'm hearing. Don't give that away. It is so valuable. Okay. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, what is coming in the future? What is coming in the future for pile two? The Emperor in reverse. So, the main thing I'm getting from this is disrespect. All right. You may encounter a little bit, yeah, my nose is itching, my dragon, okay. Um, you may encounter some disrespect for respecting yourself. And that's okay. All right. It's just how you respond to that. That is what's going to matter. And it's funny because my next question is like, how do we prepare for that? So I'll ask spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, higher self, how do we prepare for this disrespect that's going to happen because we respect ourselves? How do we prepare for that? Whoever I'm talking to right now, my guides are telling me I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but it helps to have a validation, a verification. And if you're watching this for a validation, get second and third opinions. I'm not a reader who says that I know everything and that my what I read is 100% all you should worry about. Like, that's not. I believe in seeking verification and learning from three sources, and if they're all three the same, all right. They all three may have like a piece of information for you that's important, okay? But if this is for you, you already know it and you're just looking for validation. And I'm here to say that please don't just take one person's validation, seek a couple just before you make any life decisions, so you're watching tarot responsibly, okay? But I do feel that you have some crappy friends in the mix that don't wish the best for you, and they plan to be hella disrespectful with their mouth when they see that you respect your time and your creativity enough to put it first and to not just give it away on a corner to anybody that needs a good idea. I don't know where that came from, but that's for somebody. Okay, so I was gonna ask, how do we prepare for this? And the Knight of Wands came out. So usually this is like a lusty, free-spirited, quick-moving person. But I'm not seeing this person on their horse. I'm seeing them living in the moment. So you can prepare for this by living in the moment, living your truth, knowing who the F you are. I'm hearing this is your birthright. This cannot be taken. This cannot be altered. This cannot be faked, touched, duplicated. This is your gift from the divine. And nobody, whoever they is, they couldn't even do it if you gave them an idea because they're not meant to do it. All right, pile two? I know I say all right a lot, but whatever. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, is there any final advice for pile two at this time? Besides focus on yourself and be passionate about your life, focus on your creative projects, and give yourself the ideas. Stop running your brain in circles for other people and run it in circles for yourself. I'm seeing somebody keep a pen and a journal, and they're just writing down creative ideas they get for like their business or their project, and they're keeping it for later. They're not acting on it right away, but they're using it as I call it second brain. I just learned that the other day watching some Divine Feminine videos. So create your second brain, a journal which you don't have to worry about the structure, you don't have to worry about anything. You can just write a header for a subject and then write whatever you need to get out of your brain so you're not carrying it around and like dragging it around and trying to remember X, Y, and Z, and then you forget and you're mad at yourself. Just put it on a list. So I will get a final card on this for you guys. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, higher selves. What is the last piece of advice you want this pile to know? I'm hearing somebody's guide say, "Can you come meditate with us sometime?" So if you're slacking on your meditating, if you used to or do that or want to do that, if your guides are like, "Please don't forget us." Not that you could. Okay, that's too many. I'm not going to take all of these. A little bit of chaotic energy there. So you may have to, like I said, endure some chaos with some disrespect, but if you focus on yourself, focus on your creativity, and focus on your projects, they're saying you can like get told off and turn around and go back to your project and like forget all about it. Like it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't exist after, you let it go and go back to worrying about you. And then that is the last piece of advice, Spirit. They're saying no. Okay, they told me to look under the deck, and then we've got the 9 of Wands after the 5 of Wands. There's a lot of wands in your pile, so there's a lot of either fire signs or passionate, creative energy, maybe even some anger from these other people that you may leave behind to do your own thing. I'm definitely seeing that they like to make rivalry a sport. So you may be in competition with people that they're like, oh yeah, we're in competition with that person internally, right? But I don't think maybe you do. Some of you don't even know how these people you're involving yourself with are trying to compete against you. And once you just go inward and focus on you, it's going to take away like their dinner. It's going to take away their fuel, okay? And they can keep going around and around and around like this, and this is going to be you. Holding a boundary, that's you trying to be strong, okay? And as long as you find yourself, know yourself, get to know yourself, and get to know what it is that you need to make your passions happen, you're not even going to have time for this over here. You're going to be busy. Okay? Pile 2, the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is pull some stickers. I didn't do this for pile 1. Don't tell them. Okay, so I've got a small little stack here. My brain has too many tabs open. Okay? So you may be feeling pretty overwhelmed, and it's probably from this energy being sent your way is what I'm hearing. Ooh. So these people thinking about you like, oh, why does so and so get this and this and this, that's affecting you, whether you know it or not. You don't even have to be aware of it, and it will affect you. But what you need to do is just keep focusing on you and not even indulging with this, okay? But we joke and laugh, otherwise we would start screaming. Yeah, that's that energy right there, okay? You're just gonna go joke and laugh with yourself in the corner because these people are too much. And they might give you a final hurrah, like F you, whatever. But that doesn't matter. What matters is you and your gifts, your passion, your projects, your passion projects. And yeah, all your feelings are valid. All right? All of them. They're yours. No one else's. They're yours. I don't know when I fell in love with you because I cannot point to a day or a week and say, here it is. um, this is when it happened. I just can't. It feels like it has always been in me, and I finally found who it was for. It's for you. That's you. I don't think you're going to be able to pinpoint the exact point in time when you fall in love with being with yourself and knowing yourself, but it's going to happen and it's going to feel like coming home. I just realized I pulled one for like each card, so that's funny. Um yeah, and I was guided to put this here. Travel is good for the soul. Maybe you need to travel a little bit, but regardless, I'm seeing travel away from this. Okay? And nobody cared. That's funny. I'm just gonna leave that there. Nobody cares falling right under the 3 of Cups, all right? So I that's synchronistic as hell. Um and then underneath that we had the Queen of Cups. This is somebody that is nourishing, is healing, is supportive, and this is who you're going to turn into, pile 2. That's what I'm hearing. Knowing yourself, her cup's overflowing, and she's able to use it at her will. All right? That's beautiful. Pile 2, I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope this brought you a little bit of clarity if that's what you needed. And if it did, I'd appreciate a like, share, comment, subscribe. I only ask because it helps me get the message out to more people. It helps my channel reach more people. And YouTube will not circulate this unless it gets some kind of receipt in that way. So I'd appreciate you guys helping me grow in my passion projects by letting me know how this helped you. If it did, regardless, I'd like to know whose story this is and spill the tea on what's going on. I love that. But if not, that's fine too. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Pile 3, what's up, what's up, what's up? I appreciate you guys being here. I have a pretty intricate message for you guys. As soon as I started writing my automatic writing messages that I did for everybody, I had 2 different signs come up. I usually, those who don't know, I live on an island because my husband is in the military, and there's a flock of wild ibis uh, birds that flock together, and usually they graze and they eat together. And one day I looked up the meaning of the ibis bird, and I found that actually the ibis is a symbol of the Egyptian god Thoth or Toth, whatever. And he's the god of wisdom, of writing, of a bunch of different things. I believe he wrote the Emerald Tablets. So um, I don't know, maybe you need to look up symbolism of the ibis, or maybe that coordinates to something that you've been researching, wanting to research, wanting to learn about, need to know about. Either way, I wanted to write it down and mention it to you guys. The second one was very strange and actually stopped me in my tracks because I've never seen this bird out here. If you don't know, I'm in the southern part of Florida, so it's really hot, and I saw a woodpecker. I've never seen I mean, I've seen one, but it was way up northern Jacksonville area, not all the way down here in the Keys, but I mean, it was a redhead woodpecker, And I was intrigued and I looked it up. And what I was guided to look up was how do woodpeckers know where to put holes? Interesting, right? Like, I was like, I want to know that, but I don't want to just know the symbology of a woodpecker, because it said discernment and a few other things. But what caught my attention more was the the fact that woodpeckers drill holes and bang like that to assert their territory. It's territorial, and they'll keep doing it louder and louder and louder just to let everybody know that that's their territory. So that might have something to do with what you're going through right now. But the first channeled message I got for you guys was, you do not have anything to prove to anyone besides yourself. Okay? The next thing I got was, we love how you react to life, manifestations, and experiences. And then I heard somebody saying, whoa, did you see that? Like, they're saying that you're very theatrical, or used to be theatrical, something about the theatrics of how you react to life. And when your manifestations happen and when things work out for you, like, they love that. They also wrote, we send you signs, but we need you to be watching for them. If you feel something is out of the ordinary, then it is for you. It may be familiar to someone else, but this is your show, and it doesn't need or require external validation. Okay? You can validate yourself, is what I'm hearing. Sorry, I had to yawn there. When you smile and laugh at life, it strengthens your resilience and it intensifies your alchemy. When you're willing and able to throw a positive spin on your circumstances. So you may go through the crappiest day ever, but if you have this little bit of ability to throw a positive spin on it, even if it's a humorous joke in which you're able to see a little bit of positivity in it. They're saying that when you do that, it like strengthens your field, it strengthens your manifestations, because you're not allowing the negativity to win, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, when you're willing and able to throw a positive spin on your happenstance, some people in this world literally cannot accept, okay, this is a different message. So when you're able to throw the spin on your circumstance or happenstance, that's exactly what Spirit is asking you to continue doing. If you haven't been doing it, maybe try it. Even though it's hard, I know it's easier said than done, but I do feel that you understand what I'm saying. So let's say your tire pops, all right, and you're on the side of the highway. Maybe the positive in that situation is that somebody cared enough about you to pull over and at least check on you. If they weren't able to fix your tire, fix the entire situation, there's a little bit of positivity everywhere. You just have to be willing to look for it. Okay, pile 3. Another message I got was, some people in this world literally can't handle or accept love. They just can't handle it. And that is okay. That's their problem. And then they had me write out a circumstance for you, okay? Imagine a child who just wants love, and attention, and also just wants to give love and attention. Or even cool stories. of which you have so many, I wrote. But imagine a parent that cannot receive that or find the inner patience to hold space for that child, which is a learned skill, by the way, holding space, um, and to show love and vulnerability back to that child. We don't say, hey, kid, that's just not their flavor of love. We'll call it ice cream. We say to ourselves, hey kid, your flavor of ice cream is actually top tier. It starts with you seeing that. You have some really good ice cream, and you're someone's favorite flavor of ice cream. And when you truly see that, you're not going to see it in actions, but you're going to feel it. And I did get the message that it may feel odd to you to actually get or receive the attention you deserve, but the more that you allow yourself to receive and work with yourself um, in those feelings instead of just rejecting them and running away because it feels weird, it feels new, it feels like a trap, I'm hearing, sit with it and allow yourself to feel that, okay? Because you're going to come out on the other side, is what I'm hearing. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, can you give us a card for pile 3 for what their current obstacle is, please? Okay, 10 of Swords. So this can be a painful ending, walking away from something, leaving something behind, going your own way. I just heard you can go your own way. Go your own way. Yeah. Um, Spirit guides, ancestors, angels. Okay. I was going to ask, how do we overcome this? And I had 10 of Cups flip out. I'm hearing fill your own cups. Realize what is waiting for you on the other side of this rainbow. I'm hearing play your music. I'm really just hearing focus on yourself. Yeah, and underneath the deck we've got Queen of Swords. So you may have to come from a place of protecting yourself, walking away, and claiming your happiness. Okay? I'm hearing that it's time to decide what your 10 of Cups looks like, feels like, acts like, smells like. Yeah, it's time to focus on you, pile 3. Look at this bird up here soaring. You know, you're not going to be like this forever. This is where you're going. You just have to know what's waiting for you on the other side of this. Do you really think, okay, I'm going to channel real quick. Do you really think that the divine, that your guides, that your ancestors would put you through something like what you've been through without setting this up on the other side of the rainbow? You can't be serious, and you can't really believe that, right, pile 3? Because when you step out and you're doing it for yourself and you're doing it for, I'm hearing your birthright, your happiness, your free will, when you do it in that kind of scope, the universe has to respond. Like, that's not how this life, this matrix, this universe is designed. When you demand better because you go out and seek it for yourself out of your own free will for your ideal 10 of Cups, whatever that looks like, screw what everybody else thinks, your 10 of Cups. Okay, I don't care if it's as crazy as eating ramen noodle on a picnic mat and calling that home, all right? Like, It's your idea of happiness. The universe has to respond. They have to oblige when you do the right thing for yourself. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, what's coming next for this pile 3? What's coming next? I'm seeing the tower in my mind's eye too. Seven of Wands. Yeah, again, this goes with the Queen of Swords. So you're gonna have to step up for yourself. No one else can do it for you. No one else can speak your truth. No one else can demand or delegate what you need. You have to do it. And you're going to do it. And you're gonna freaking win. Okay? Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, how do we. Okay, so you can see she's in this bubble, she's meditating, she's not even looking or acknowledging the mess. She's completely focused, using her willpower, her solar chakra. She's focused and determined on herself. Even if there's 7 wands trying to burst her bubble, they can't. They can't. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, how do we prepare for this 7 of wands? I'm hearing cleansing. That could be your home, that could be your body, that could be, I'm hearing clean eating. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, how can we prepare for this? Page of Swords in the reverse. Do we keep it there? So a Page of Swords in the upright would be sort of like a curious kid. It would be like outward speaking, gossip. Yeah, she's reading this book, sending off her ideas into space, is what it looks like. In the reverse, she would catch these, okay? And they would be going back to herself. Um, I'm hearing grounding because her feet are not on the ground. Yeah, Spirit really wants you to focus on yourself, focus on you, your projects. Like, don't even indulge in believing that you need these other wands because you have one inside of you. Okay? Stop giving away your ideas, stop giving away your livelihood, I'm hearing, and keep it for yourself. Get curious about yourself. Get curious about what you can do with your ideas. Yeah, she looks curious even right here. Let me get some final, and then underneath the deck, we've got 10 of Pentacles. I feel like that's what's on. You got 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Like, you just don't know what the universe is holding out for you on the other side of this mountain. You just don't know. But the more you go internally and investigate who you are and what your gifts are, you're going to find out. I am hearing your guides F around and find out. Let's see what the final pieces of advice are. Let me separate these. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, higher selves. What can we do to heal from this? Yeah, healing from heartache, pile 3. I feel like she definitely put those band-aids on herself. Okay. Um they're showing me like a cut, okay, and like a gaping cut, and they're showing me that this is like pouring hydrogen peroxide on the cut and all of that crap leaving you. um and it stings and it sucks, but what's not gonna suck is what's waiting for you. I'm hearing, I know that's not very helpful, but like I said, you just don't know what's on the other side of this mountain, because I'm hearing you've never seen it or had it before. So it's a little rough right now, but you're gonna have it. You're gonna have it all. You're gonna have everything you wanted and didn't think you were worthy of. And also, I have this deck. I don't even remember what deck it is, but it has some pretty in-depth, weird pictures. So, and a lot of different corresponding meanings. So I'm gonna pull you one of these because I feel like there may be a validation or a symbol or something you need to learn about on there that's gonna lead you down a rabbit hole in some way. So I hardly ever use these. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, can you give me the information you wanted me to receive from this pile for pile 3? It's the world. And then as I said, these are pretty intense. So works of malediction, I don't know. Maldiation and death, administrative intelligence, and then we've got an ankh, a crocodile or alligator, and then I think these are poppies. I'm not sure. I'm not good at botany. I'm sorry. Um, and then we've got a scythe. I think that's what it's called. Ooh, I just noticed. And then we've also got 528 on here. Either way, this is the world, and that's what they wanted you to know, is that you can have it, you will have it, and you're going to have it. Stop worrying so much and focus on yourself. Focus on this new path you're going down, and focus on cultivating, I'm hearing, the best life you can dream of. Okay? To close this out, I'm going to pull us some stickers. I did it for one other pile and it just feels right here. So okay, they had me pull a stack. Please be patient, blonde driver. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of what it feels like for you. Your first flamethrower, and you're melting Christmas away. Okay? Might feel a little strange to you. Oh my god, we talked about ice cream. This bee needs ice cream. We talked about ice cream and how your flavor is the best. Princess of Feral Cats. First of all, I'm here for it. I feel like they're saying, don't be the lonely cat lady inside, okay? Push yourself, know yourself, and know when it's time to break out of your cocoon, okay? What else do we got? I feel like garbage. That's okay, pile three. It's okay to not feel like you're a perfectly operating human 24/7, because you're not. None of us are. The morning ritual, and I think, yeah, they're stirring coffee. You may be a Capricorn. Time travel for beginners. Yeah, this is a lot of beginner themed stuff, okay? Time travel. I feel like that's a coordination right there. Devil's music, and it says sing along, and it's on fire. The future is ahead. Dead inside. Me too. Not really. I've done a lot of work on myself to be able to give this type of advice, okay? Subtraction. So, yeah, you are leaving that fun with the shadows. So I feel like you're definitely going to get to know yourself, okay? It's just going to take time. Let's run away with our problems. Life skills series. Always be kind. Don't let your experiences make you bitter. Pile three. Tea time. Maybe you need a little tea break. Maybe you need to make yourself tea more often or have somebody make you tea, you know? No justice, no peace. Public service announcement. I feel like you may have a message in another pile, because sometimes when we feel our truth isn't heard, we will continue fighting for justice for ourselves without realizing it or even knowing what we're doing. We just think we're stating a fact of like human decency when in reality we're fighting for our past traumas. Okay, and that can keep us in a victim mindset, and we're not victims. Well, let me rephrase this. We are victims to our trauma, okay? However, it's our responsibility as bad bees to heal that, to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, I'm not a victim anymore. I'm the healer that's going to heal this, heal myself, and heal it for everybody else too. Okay? And you can, especially when you start to feel safe again, is what I'm hearing. Okay? You don't have to keep that heart locked away. Okay, pile three? If this helped you guys in any way, I'd love to know how. I'd love a like, share, comment, or subscribe, just because that is how YouTube picks if they're going to circulate your channel and help you be seen. I'd love that if you're willing to help me do that. I'm a small fry right now. But if you want to come hang out, I do have a Facebook group under the Witchy Homestead. I also have a Facebook page where you can reach out to me directly and message me if you want a personal reading done for a more specific set of advice. Let's go here. And yeah, you can reach out to me directly if you want. I will never reach out to you directly unless we already have an established talking relationship. I may follow up on something or, I'm kind like that. I'll give out random messages if I'm led to do that, but I'll never just message you first and say, "Hey, beloved," or anything like that. I always operate from The Witchy Homestead, and I also have a TikTok, The Witchy HS. Um, you'll never see me operate under any other username ever. So, thank you guys. I appreciate your support. Like, I really, really appreciate your support. So, thank you so much and have a great day.